breaking into our zone. Shot gets blocked. He goes behind the net. Leo sends it over to the other corner. Reds picks it up. Sends it up to Sophie Houle. Pops loose, walking out front. Stop. Gets kicked back over to the wing. Sophie grabs it. Reds now. Battling behind. Willow sends it over to Ruddy. Ruddy sends it up. It gets flicked deep. And Rio stops it. And try to regroup. A quick pressure shut it down. Rio sends it cross ice. They send it deep. Jules chasing it into our corner. Jules drops it behind the net. It goes Charlie taken down. It's going to go for a penalty here. Quick little power play. Sent to the opposite board. Emmy pitching, it pops out, but Willow sends it up. Kennedy puts it deep. There we go. Haley trips it out to the corner, comes back out. Emmy with a shot, hits a body and goes into the corner. Again back to Emmy with a shot. It's stopped in front. Haley, takes a shot, bounces. Goalie holds it for the whistle. Charlie with a great pass. Just fumbles it, but gets it into their zone. They end up getting control of it and dumping it deep in ours. Charlie behind the net. Up the wing. Now two of ours battling. Fee looks like she's almost got it. Riley holding the kid against the boards and Fee trying to dig it out. Marin putting pressure on them. They dump it deep. Jewel stops it. Tries to send it over to Charlie, but gets tipped over to the boards. Now up for Riley. Riley breaking out of our zone over the red line. Chips it up along the wall and brings it into the corner. She sends it back to the point. Willow puts it back around the back of the net. Ready now for Marin. Marin, ready? Oh, they get a stick on it. And try to ice it, but Willow stops it. Chips it over for Emmy. Emmy with a nice little escape. Starts skating it up. Over the blue line, shot hits a shin. And Ruddy puts it back into the corner. Cycles back. A little pressure on Ruddy there. Six sort of were battling back and forth for the puck. Oh, pass out to the D. But, nobody was there. Willow sends it for Charlie. And Charlie back to Willow, but Eo ends up getting a handle on it. Now a shot on net, easily handled. Another good save there, blocked it from the butterfly. Sophie scoops it up for Ruddy, but it doesn't clear the blue line. Gets sent behind the net again. Willow, Charlie, Charlie, Willow. Willow back to Charlie. The Eo player touches it, but it had enough power on it to get through. Sophie trying to grab it. Goes to Ruddy. Charlie behind for Willow. Willow puts it up for the wing. Sophie battling. Gets out to the point. Sophie with good pressure. Oh, shot gets to the net. Oh, clears her own rebound. Rays, a few big saves already. Eo picks it up, center ice, dumps it deep. Willow stops it, grabs it, sends it up, and gets tipped by Riley. Eo tries to play it up to our blue line, but we end up stopping them. Nobody's really got good control of it. Jules tries to send it up for Kennedy. Kennedy ends up stealing off an EO player. He tips it up to their D. They try and regroup. And Charlie sends it up to the red line and ends up getting sent back. And now EO's got it in our zone. Riley comes out with it. Oh, it hits a skate. It bounces back into our zone. Jules sends it up for Riley. Oh, and Grace holds on for the whistle. Sending, chasing it down. Oh, ends up getting tied up. Can't get a stick on it. Eo clears the zone, but with no control. Willow picks it up and dumps it deep. The forwards clear and right back on it quickly. Two of each. Comes back to Emmy. Emmy with a shot. Haley chasing it down, but it goes back out to Willow. Willow sends it in the corner for Haley. Haley. Back up for Emmy. Emmy with a shot. Rebound. Oh, goes into the corner. Riley puts it back for Emmy. Emmy with a shot. Gets sent in the corner. Willow pinching deep. On it really quick. Eo tries to circle around to the other side. They end up clearing the zone, but Emmy gets control of it. Sends it over for Willow. Willow escapes it up. Throws a shot that gets tipped. And they're saying we're offside, I guess. Face off goes back to Eo. They go D to D, cross up the other side, crossing the blue line. Jules picks it up, tries to send it up to the wing, but it gets stopped. Now Eo chasing it down in the corner. Charlie's right on her though. Fee there helping. Put it up to the point. Mirren with good pressure. You get a shot, but not much of one. Jules shuffles it up. And they send Mirren. Doesn't have good control of it. She's skating backwards when she picked up the pass and ended up getting poked off her stick. But she's back checking hard. Helps us shut them down. Emmy over Ruddy crossing our blue line. On the red line into their zone. She shakes one, tries to put a shot on net. Goes behind. No, behind the net. Up to Willow. Willow with a shot. Eo gets control, breaking out of their zone. Yeah, Emmy's got it, looking for a pass, it looks like, but ends up taking it out of our zone. And again, over their blue line. Had to tip it in pretty hard though, so didn't keep control of it. Eo ends up clearing. Grace with a big save. Charlie shipping it up. There goes Haley. Haley puts it over, and Eo ends up breaking out of their zone. They dump it deep into ours. Charlie and Haley battling for it in the corner. They put it out front, put Jules on her quick. Kennedy sends it up. And it comes back into our zone. Jules. To Charlie. Charlie puts it deep. We go D to D, but Kenley ends up intercepting the breakout pass to get over the blue line. We put it back in deep. Oh! I don't understand how that wasn't an interference call, but it ended up getting taken down away from the puck. It's a lot of back and forth, so we're putting really good pressure on them. Here we go, breaking over their blue line. Driving wide. Around the back of the net. Tries to slip it out front, but can't quite get it to any of our players. Neil breaks out. And he grabs it. Sends it up to Marin. Marin circling back. Sends it up to Ruddy. Ruddy loses it but gets it back herself. Drives over the blue line, gets tripped up, and that'll be another penalty. I was getting really confused why it looked like Riley was on the ice so much. It's Maddie Leclerc is the other call-up. I didn't realize there were two forwards that were called up. Sophie tries to slip it out front. It gets intercepted. Neo breaking out. Charlie ends up shutting her down. Now battling in the corner for it. Marty comes in to help, picks it up, and starts skating it out of the zone. Marty. In the corner with Sophie. Leo gets it. I think we're getting called for something here. Yeah, looks like we're getting one for hooking. Taylor and Riley on now. Ended up getting control of it low on the face-off circle, but Riley was out quick to challenge her, but she got a good shot off the top shelf. Goes back to EO's D. Riley right on her. Goes D to D. Haley's on her, and they ice it. EO dumps it out of the zone. Miller chasing it down. And that'll be another ice. Gets control, ends up tipping it past RD pitching, but a strong back check. Emmy ends up getting control of it, tries to clear the blue line, it gets knocked back in, but Emmy gets it again. Now EO breaking in. tries to sit on it for a whistle. They dump it down ice. It doesn't make it for the icing. Already putting good pressure. Switches sides. Now Fee chasing it down. Scoop it past Charlie. One chasing down ice. Pass out front. Big save by Grace. Oh, and a follow-up. The rebound ended up going to an empty net on the other side, and Grace just shut it down. Shot from the point gets kicked to the corner. Back to the point. Now they end up putting it out front. Jules ends up knocking the girl down. It goes back to the old player though. Now Charlie putting pressure. Goes out front but gets knocked behind. Charlie dumps it down ice just past Kennedy. Kennedy chasing it down. Leo tries to pass it to her teammate, but it goes past her. But it also slips by Willow. Now Emmy chasing it down in the corner. She's got Ruddy with her. We're even strength now. Puck gets loose. Ruddy chips it up. Maddie chasing it down. It's not Maddie. Leo breaking over their blue line, and they dump it down ice for another icing. These numbers. Riley and Fee battling for it. Looks like Jules going in to help. They send it behind the net. Marin chasing it down. Gets sent around to the winger, but Jules is there to pinch. Blocks the one, but the center scoops it up. Takes a shot from outside the blue line. Grace handles easily again. Right to the point. Then he chases it, ends up coming to Jules. Jules sends it over to Haley. Haley dumps it deep. Sophie chasing it. Back to Sophie. They get it up to the blue line. And they end up clearing it. Comes to Willow. Willow over to Emmy. Emmy slips the coverage, sends it up for Sophie. Sophie back. Well, it doesn't look like they're blowing the whistle on that offside, but Sophie ends up taking a shot from the slot and gets sent to the corner. Maddie picks it up, tries to center it, but it gets knocked off her stick back into the corner. They send it up the wing. Emmy with the pinch and a shot. Rebound goes into the corner. Haley grabs it, walks out into the slot, shot. And there's a goal. Nice shot. Just walked right out into the middle. Charlie gets it. Sends it up the wing. Just out of Maddie's reach. He gets back into the corner. Charlie again. Slips over to Maddie. Maddie over the blue line. Chips it up, but buzzer will end the period. I'm on it. Over to Jules. Jules to Maddie. Maddie dumping it in. He's going to be first to it. Nice little fake there. Marin in helping. Marin grabs it. Marin cycles it back for Maddie. Maddie picks it up behind the net. Maddie shuffles it out to Haley. Haley, tries to put a backhander back to Marin, but couldn't get control of it. Theo dumps it into our zone. Charlie puts it up for Maddie. Maddie puts it deep. Haley and Mara chasing it down. Out to Emmy. Emmy with a shot. Blocker save to the corner. Ends up clearing it, running off of one of our sticks high in the air. Goes down for no icing. Pass up to Riley. Riley breaks over the blue and throws it deep. Grabs it. End up clearing the zone, but he shuts him down just outside of the blue line. Puts it deep again. Ready chasing it down. They send it around, but Sophie's on the other knee. They try to clear. They get just over the blue line. Jules over for Emmy. Emmy pokes it up for Riley. Riley dumps it in, but one of their D ends up stopping it, sends it back up over the blue line. EO skating over ours. And she dumps it into the corner. Wraps around. Charlie ships up to the wing. Sophie battling. She ends up getting control. Tries to send it up for Riley, but just a little bit out of her reach. Riley picks it up. Shot. Save. Rebound gets picked up by EO as we're on a change, but EO gets over their line. Jules sends it back up to center. EO picks it up and dumps it deep. Wraps around. And Charlie picks it up. Puck was standing, so she couldn't get a good shot on it, trying to send it back over to the other corner. We got two each in there battling. So Grace must have covered it up for the whistle. Chasing it down. Goes over the blue line, but EO gets control, dumps it in. Jules sends it over for Kennedy, but she couldn't get control of it. EO gets it across the blue line with control. Drives the net. Grace with a save. And covers it up for another whistle. sends Marin. And he dumps it up. Marin all trying to grab it, but she's tied up. Dumps it not out. Willow stops it. Puts it back into the corner where we got 3 working for it. Marin still going for it. Getting a pretty good hook. Dumps it out and they're saying no ice. Willow walks to 1. Ready on the second, tying her up. Oh, wow. I guess we're getting 1. Oh, slam high stick. Weird. Oh. Matching. Pair of high sticks, apparently. So it's just going to be offsetting. Good job. Sophie sends it. Maddie chasing it down. She's got Riley going to the front. Players on her too quick for her to send it out front. Breaking out. The pass ends up going past her. Charlie sends it up. It's up to Haley. To Riley, sorry. Riley and Haley battling for it. Theo picks it up. Sophie with a good back check. They end up sending it across ice where Charlie grabs it. Charlie getting tied up trying to get it out of the blue line, but ends up just getting dumped deep where Jules picks it up and rims it. And Riley scoops it forward and goes for a change. On the point and dump it onto the net, but it doesn't quite make it there. It goes behind the net. Fee ships it over to the corner. Comes back to her. Now up to their point again. Shot doesn't make the net again. Emmy blocks it. Maddie over for Kennedy. Kennedy breaking in to their zone. Dumps it deep and chases it down. They end up rimming it. Fee's there to shut their winger down. Now Maddie and Kennedy on her. They end up getting out of the blue line. They dump it up. Willow picks it up in our zone. Goes around the net. Rims it up for Kennedy. Kennedy clears our blue line, but it ends up going to the EOD. Sends it across to their winger. They get over the blue line and dump it deep. Willow grabs it. Willow up the wing. Marin just coming from a line change, so couldn't get control of it. Now Emmy dumps it up ice, and it'll be an ice hit. Back to EO point, shot, tip, ends up going wide. Jules sends it up for Marin, ends up going to the point. We clear the blue line, but EO gets control of it on their blue line. Looked like another offside there, but I'm not sure if we touched it in their zone really. He sends it up, Charlie shuts it down. Riley had that center there, but was getting tripped up pretty bad. Goes up on the wing. Back to their point. And here we go. Haley's got it. Tries to chip it up from Marin, but the angle wasn't quite on it. I think her stick hit a stick, and it ends up being a nice. Will's got it in the corner. Good job, Willow shuts her down. Comes up to Fee. Fee tries to send it to Sophie and hits her skate, but Reddy gets control of it, puts it deep. Reddy now swinging behind the net. Reddy to Sophie in front. Ended up having it come to her backhand, so she couldn't get a good shot on it. Emmy takes a shot. Looked like it hurt the EO player, but she's staying on. No, Emmy brings it into their zone. Emmy swinging around behind net. Sends it back to the D. Willow chips it in. Leo gets control of it. They get out of the blue line, but not by much. And we get back in, but with no control. We change. And Leo breaks out. They get into our zone, but Jules ends up grabbing it. Sends it up to Maddie. Maddie gets it over to Ruddy. Ruddy to Sophie. Sophie dumps it deep for Ruddy and her to change. Maddie's on it quick. Puts it out front. Haley with a big shot, but just wide. Charlie puts it in. Tries to pass it back to Charlie, but it ends up going all the way back to our zone. And Jules picks it up. Grabs it, sends it to Charlie. Charlie back to Jules. Jules up for Maddie. Ends up rolling past her and gets by the EOD as well. EO picks it up in their zone. They try to clear it, but Kennedy shuts that down. And they dump it back deep into their zone. Up to their wing, they try and break out. Riley tips it up. Oh. Shot gets blocked. Oh, that's going to be an offside. Emmy ends up stealing it, but breaks into the blue line before our players can clear this up. Dumps it up to center ice. Willow sends it for Riley. Riley breaks in, shot. Save, rebound. Yeah, that one's in. Looks like she put it 5-hole on the rebound. Nice ball. Breaks in our zone. Good control, shot, save. Rebound gets played over to the wing. Riley ships it back for Jules. Jules wraps around for Marin. Marin bounces it off the boards. Leo stops it, but Charlie gets control, sends it up for Riley. Riley over the blue line with a nice little move. The second EO player ends up sending it into the corner on her though. Riley battling with two. Marin goes to help. Marin and Riley battling for it. 3 EO players there. Comes back to Jules at the point with a shot. Ooh, gets tipped wide. Goes to the opposite corner. Haley in there battling for it. Against 2 of them. Haley comes out. Tries to slip it out front, but gets blocked. And their goalie covers it for a whistle. Grabs it in the corner, ships it to their wing. She skates it over the blue line, red line, coming into our zone. Drop pass, shot, tipped wide into the corner where they're going to get called for contact just from the sound of it. I think it was Emmy getting hit. Yeah, it looks like she's shaking it off. Stars back to the penalty box. One left here in the second. grabs it, tries to ice it, but Emmy stops it at the blue line, and there's pressure on her right away, so she ended up chipping up to the red line where Io grabbed it. Willow wraps it around for Emmy. Emmy gets up to the blue line. Emmy to Haley. Haley, tries to slip one, but it catches a skate. Emmy on the old player breaking out. Willow's back. Willow's got that. Willow with a good stick work. She ended up getting a shot off, but good match for Grace. Over to Jules. Jules up for Maddie, but it was out of her reach and ended up getting to a Neo player, dumped it back in. Jules to Charlie. Charlie to Ruddy. Ruddy skating it up. Sends it over for Kennedy. Neo player ends up poking it over to their D partner. They dump it up ice. Ruddy's back to play it. Grabs it behind the net. Skating it up the wing. Comes back to the point. With a shot, it gets through. Stick save. Elo's player behind the net. We end up getting control of Maddie over to Kennedy. Kennedy tries to give it back to Maddie, but the other player ends up grabbing it and dumping it down ice. Emmy now behind her goal line. Over to Willow. Willow taking a couple steps, singing it up for Maddie. Maddie chasing it. Going D to D. We're even strength now. The ref ends up blocking it. Gets it again and dumps it deep. Emmy in the corner. Goes over to Willow. Willow with a nice pass to Marin. Marin with a great pass up. Holding! Player had her hand right around her. Her stick hand was hugging her. Jules pinching, keeps it in, but ends up going to a Neo player and dump it around to the weak side. Haley behind the net. Neo grabs it, dumps it out, but Charlie plays it back in. Neo dumps it. For an icing. Back to the point. Charlie's shot saved and sent in the corner. Comes back to the point. Jules shot. Ruddy with an attempted tip there. Just missed it. Ruddy gets it. Tries to clear it. Come back to Sophie. Sophie to Charlie. Charlie shot. Just wide in the opposite corner. Chasing it down. Try and clear it. It does come out of our zone. Breaking into our blue line. Ruddy grabs it. Skating it up past the blue line. And they send it up to Sophie. Sophie over the blue line, puts it in the corner. Sophie chasing it down. She and Fee battling for it. Gets it. And Haley ends up tipping the breakout pass and comes back to Emmy. Starting to skate it now. Over the red line, over the blue line, shot. Save, rebound. That's covered up as well. She sits on her for an answer. the blue line. Over the red line, but Emmy's all over. Willow ends up sending the puck to the corner. Now battling with the UO player to get it. Kennedy with the breakout pass. Ends up going to Haley. Haley over the red line. Gets the blue line, chips it in. She's first to it. Battling behind the net with it, before it. Maddie and Haley. Both battling for it. Comes out of the blue line, but we dump it back in. Eo chips it up to the red line. Over our blue line. Takes a shot. Save. Rebounds loose, but they end up clearing it to the boards. Maddie putting pressure on the point. Goes to the other point where Kennedy sends it out of our zone, which will end the period. Still 2-1. Incorrectly. Thank you, Lindsay. It's dumped into our zone. Jules. Ruddy. Chips it up. Riley getting hooked pretty blatantly, right? Is the only one driving the net. I don't understand. Yeah, just for all the ones that were chirping me. We're on the left on that scoreboard. Or we're on the right on that scoreboard. You know what I'm saying? Mixing it up all the ways. Charlie driving our blue line. Circle, sends it up the wing. UO player grabs it, but Marty's right on her. Then they'll go back to their D. We're going to call it offside. Mirren gets it. We're going to call it icing. Banked it off the boards like a foot from the red line. I'm surprised they called it. Yo sends it back to the point, but Mirren tips it. Just it down, but Yo D just sent it up to the red line. Now they break into our zone and dump it deep. Fee battling for it behind the net. Emmy helping. Comes out to the corner. He tries to set it up, but it gets blocked. Sent back in. Tries to clear it, but it's stopped at the point for a shot that gets tipped high over the net. Now Willow skating it up. Willow tries to chip it up for Mirren. Mirren puts it deep. O'Neill sends it up to the wing. Try a breakout pass, but it's out of reach for the center. Jules picks it up, circles back into our zone. Sends it over for Charlie. Charlie scoops it up. Looks like Sophie battling for it. Eo gets it and dumps it deep though. And they're gonna call that for ice too. Going behind the net. Cleared their blue. Jules grabs it. Tries to send it up, but it gets blocked. Riley scoops it up for Riley. Riley dumps it. Chasing it down. To Haley and Riley on her, but she ends up sending it up to the wing. Winger tries or makes the pass up to the opposing wing. Willow, some good stick work. Ends up tipping it over to Emmy. To Haley. Haley tries to play it back to Willow. It ends up going to an EO player, and she dumps it into our zone. Where she and Willow battling for it. Goes to the opposite corner. Kennedy grabbing it. EO now in our zone. Tries to center it, but they got nobody there. We try and clear it, but gets stopped twice. The third time gets stopped. Riley grabs it, dumps it up. They're saying no ice. Grabs it behind their net. Oh, Jesus! Sorry for the language there, but I didn't see who it was. It was Kennedy. He just took an elbow in the head. The girl was swinging from behind the net and chipped it along the boards, and then went to grab it off of the boards, and I think it was just the angle that she had her stick, but her elbow was perfectly at Kennedy's face, and she was coming with some steam. He's sitting on the bench, like she skated off right away, but she is taking a little seat on the bench. Hopefully she's all right. Haley gives it to the point, gets it back, takes a shot, ends up getting saved. Oh, big pinch by Charlie. Fee with a nice pass to Haley. Haley back to Fee. Fee to Haley, but she got tripped up. Comes back to Charlie, who circles around at the red line. Charlie bringing it around. Put it deep, but it gets stopped. She gets it back though. Sends it into the opposite corner for Haley. Haley and Fee. Haley walks out with it. Haley circling. Jules was driving the slot and ended up getting it into the corner. Now EO dumps it out. Or Willow grabs it. And dumps it back deep. Fee now chasing it down. They try and clear it. Oh, just out of reach. And he plays it over for Willow though. Willow over the blue line shot. Gets blocked by an EOD. Tries to clear it, goes to Emmy. Emmy in front. Slips it in, and it just ends up ramping over. It was just like a soft shot, but it ended up hopping over top of the goalie's stick. That penalty was a major. It was a 4-minute major, so it ends up being another. They end up still being shorthanded, and it'll be down to 2 minutes now. Ready wins the face-off back to Emmy. Emmy skates up, dumps it in deep. Ready picks it up, walks out, shot. Gets sent behind the net. Go back behind the net. Oh, tries to sneak it out front. Comes to the point. Emmy gives it to Willow. Willow's shot ends up getting blocked, and Yo clears his own. All these terrible timekeepers think it's 2-1. Emmy. Up for Maddie. It's out of her reach. It goes to Eos D. They try to clear it. They clear the zone, but Maddie puts it back in deep for a change. Already chasing it down, but loses an edge. Now EO dumping it deep. Charlie on her right away. Sends it up for Marin. Marin puts it up for Ruddy. Goes over to Sophie. Sophie dumps it into their zone. Puts it out front. Oh, Marin with a shot that gets blocked. Then Charlie with a shot that gets saved and covered for a whistle. Back to Charlie. Charlie with a quick pass back. Ends up going behind the net. Their feed puts pressure on one of theirs. Looks like Sophie battling with Fee for it. Pops out to the corner. They try and dump it. Oh, it goes to their winger who does get to dump it. Charlie chasing it down. Charlie with a quick cut. Sends it up for Fee. Fee driving over the red line. She gets hooked a little bit there, and the puck ends up going to their D, and they dump it down ice. Emmy for Sophie. Sophie to Marin. Marin stops. Swings around. Sends it out front. The goalie ends up shipping it to the opposite corner. Sophie getting hit from behind the net there. Guess we're calling it a tripping. He's still sitting, which is all right. Right in the corner. Now behind the net with one on her. Giving her a little too much space. Roddy walks out with it behind the net. Swings back. Tries to flick it out front. Ends up going to the point to Emmy. Emmy with a shot that gets tipped wide. Haley battling for it. Ended up coming up to their opposite wing, and they dump it down ice. Emmy grabbing it. Over for Willow. Willow for Haley. It's a long one. She chases it down. Oh, sneaks by their player. Walks out front. Shot. Oh, the goalie saves it. Grabs it and dumps it down ice. Charlie with it. Leo stops it and sends it into our zone. Jules up for Maddie. Fee ends up tipping it forward from Aaron. Aaron tries to stop the offside by chipping it up quickly, but he's still going for it. Off comes back to Emmy, dumps it in, but 3D stops it and throws it down ice. Willow in our zone, swinging, and that's going to be an icing. Marin sends it over the board. Gets knocked back into the corner. Willow up for Marin. Marin chips it up for Fee. Fee off the boards to herself, but the Eel player ends up grabbing it before she can get there. They try and send it in zone, but gets tipped and Emmy grabs it, breaks in over their blue line. Emmy sends it up into the corner. Maddie and looks like Sophie battling for it. No, sorry, it's Kennedy back on. Good, Kennedy's back out there. Emmy shot. Oh, hits a body. Leo ends up grabbing it though in front of their net, going behind and wrapping around to the weak side. Emmy pinching. Ends up coming back. Riley tries to send it over to Willow, but an Eel player ends up grabbing it. Takes a shot, but it wasn't on net. Well, Willow and Kennedy battling for it. And they're going to call a face-off in our zone. Driving to the net. Grace with another save. Charlie trying to battle for it. Kenny in there helping her. Sophie goes down to help too. Another EO player comes in and grabs it. Goes around to the other side. Got Jules on her, throws it in front, but Grace kicks it out. Maddie battling with an EO player. Knocks it towards the blue line, but there D ends up grabbing it. Goes D to D. Sophie puts a stick on it, but they end up getting it into the zone. And Kennedy ends up keeping it out towards the corner. And Sophie grabs it. Shuffles it up for Riley. Riley tries to slip it by their D, but stick check ends up giving EO control. We go back to our zone. One in the corner, sends it up to Sophie. Sophie over to Emmy. Emmy skating over the blue line, now the red line. Gets to their blue line and dumps it deep. Goes opposite corner. Ruddy and Marin are both on it quick. And send it back to Emmy. Emmy with a shot that must have hit the side of the net, not the post. Marin goalie covers it for another face-off. Coming out of our zone, but Emmy pinching and Marin back checking. Marin ends up getting control of the puck. Grabbing it. They get over the boot for a little more control this time, but again, Riley with a good back check, or Haley, sorry, with a good back check. He's not making it so that Willow gets it. Now back into the corner. Willow again, chipping up for Marin, but it gets intercepted. Ruddy grabs it. Sends it for Haley. Haley sends Marin. Oh, it was just a little behind her. Marin got a stick on it, but couldn't get control. Now we go over our blue line. Maddie's all over. Ends up chipping it back to Emmy behind the net. Haley tries to send Marin again. There's no passing lane that time, so it ended up going to Yo's D. Yo puts it behind the net. Charlie. Oh, up for Haley. Oh, Haley tries to drive it through. It looked like she had it, but the D ends up holding it in. Now Fee behind the net. Rims it hard for Marin. Marin tries to chip it out. Gets it out, but apparently the refs didn't notice. Or maybe it was still in. Charlie over to Jules behind the net. Jules up for Haley. And Haley clears the zone. I don't think it's going to have enough legs to get for icing. I guess it does. But Maddie driving out of our zone with it. He ends up stopping her at the red line, but Willow ends up getting control, sending up the other wing. This bounces over Riley's stick. Tries to dump it back in, but it comes back out to Willow. Sends it out to Maddie, and Maddie dumps it in, but I don't see how that was an ice. And he tries to clear it. He stops it. Shot. Saved. It goes wide. In the corner now. Me and Sophie and Kennedy battling for it. Ends up bringing it down to the front, but got 2 on it right away. Willow grabs it. Sends it up for Riley. Riley dumps it out. Oh, I don't know if this one's got the legs. Yeah, it does. This will be nice. Charlie grabs it. Brings it for Haley. Haley. Up for Ruddy. Ruddy tips it up for Marin. Marin dumps it deep. Where Haley and Ruddy are both on the girl quick. Trying to clear it. They get it out, but no control. It goes to Jules. Jules over for Charlie. Charlie tries to clear it, but I don't know how she ended up getting stopped, but wow, what a save. I think Jules blocked her as she was driving the net. As she was driving the net, Jules was coming from the other side, and she's going to get a contact penalty. Well, we're saying hooking. Grace ended up saving it and held it for the whistle. Haley dumped it deep, and Marin's forechecking now. Marin gets control of it, puts it deep again. Sends it up. They get to that blue line, and Willow gets control of it, and dumps it down ice. Player got a foot on it, but still ended up making it. His shot was so hard. Haley putting good pressure. D sends it around to her partner, chips it up for the wing. Haley's on her right away too, so she just scrambles the puck away. There was 6 on the ice there, but I guess they didn't touch it, so they didn't blow it down. Maddie with good pressure on them. Sends it up. They skate it over center. They try and dump it deep. Willow gets control, and Willow with a good shot off the boards. D ends up stopping it at the blue line, but we get control of it again, and Fee dumps it back into their zone. A really good PK. Rio tries to send it up ice, and Kennedy intercepts the pass and puts it back deep into their zone. Trying to break out. We'll get over their blue line this time. Into our blue line with a little control, but Ruddy's right on her. They dump it deep. Charlie grabs it. Charlie tries to clear it, but their D stops it. They go D to D. Shot just wide. Charlie gets it. This time Charlie rips it, but their D stops it this time with her hand and puts it in. We're even now, and Charlie puts it up the wing for Ruddy. Ruddy chips it up. Their D stops it again. This kid's a brick wall. Willow gets control just inside of our blue line. Shifts it back to Ruddy, who tries to dump it in, but Ruddy blocks it. They do get it into our zone now. It's Charlie to Jules. Jules up to Maddie. Maddie drives in over their blue line. Chips it into the corner. In behind their net. Now Fee on the girl behind the net. Go to the wing, but Marin's there quick again. Goes behind the net where Fee's battling for it. And Marin too. Gets sent to our point. Willow dumps it back in for Fee. Rolls past her and she goes, Marin goes after it. He ends up getting control of it and breaking out of their zone now. Over our blue line. Throw it out front. Emmy grabs it. Go to Haley. Haley and Fee trying to clear it. D ends up keeping it in with some nice stick work. Now Haley skates it over our blue. Sends a nice pass over for Marin. Marin dumps it deep for a change. And Haley chases it down. Gets enough pressure on it to slow the pass over to the D partner. Ruddy's on her and Haley, and I guess the center now all in as well. Haley comes out with it, tries to sneak it out front. Kennedy, but it didn't make it. It was blocked by the D. End up clearing it out to the red line. We get control of it and put it back in. Kennedy and Ruddy both getting good pressure. Kennedy gets control, sends it back for Charlie. Charlie with a cross-ice pass to Sophie ends up getting tipped over the boards, but Sophie puts it up for Ruddy, and Ruddy takes a shot wide of the net. And Charlie gets it, dumps it deep. Ruddy battling in the corner with two of them. Comes back to the point. Just keeps it in, and Kennedy ends up putting it deep. Sophie's battling for it with one, now with another. They get it up to their winger. They send it cross ice. Comes back to Charlie. Charlie up to Fee. Fee into the corner. The DEO players ends up getting control of it. They come over their blue line. Emmy shuts that down. Emmy and Fee battling for it now. We're going to blow it down. To Emmy, and wisely dumps it deep into their corner. The player sends it up to the wing. Riley's on it quick. Sends it back into their zone. They end up clearing it. But our goals are all over. Goes back to Willow.